I'm going to talk primarily about the weather. Obviously, we saw last week a very dynamic situation. We had a tropical system come through Nestor. Fortunately, it went to the east of us. We've got another disturbed area of weather off the Yucatan that is moving more in our general direction. It's going to interact with a cold front. Unfortunately for us, it's going to give us some rain. Wind is not really a factor according to the Weather Service, and I would add that we've been in the Weather Service, in contact with the Weather Service every hour on the hour, and sometimes with even more frequency throughout the last 12, 13 days. So we will continue to monitor this. I would say that what we're getting from the Weather Service is that, as we have already seen this afternoon, we can expect some light rain tonight into the overnight. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to start raining heavier through Saturday evening. We have a flash flood watch that's in effect until Saturday afternoon. And what the Weather Service is telling us is about 2 to 3 inches for the overall event. So we're talking until Sunday, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Now we know that if there are some areas that we get some thunderstorms that come through here, there's obviously those amounts can increase. So we'll be watching that very carefully. I will say that I've been in contact with the Department of Public Works today. They have continued on citywide generally on their schedule of cleaning catch basins. Specific to the collapse site, I will say that some of the storm drains were blocked before the controlled demolition of the cranes on Sunday. And that was to prevent anything that we didn't want to get in the storm drains from getting the storm drains. Those have been pulled up, so those storm drains will function normally. Public Works will continue to be out there working. I would say residents, as we always say, can make their preparations around their home. Pull in your trash bins, clean up around your yard, check your catch basins near your home. If it's something that you can sweep out, great, do it. If it's a larger issue, call 311, give the location, and we'll get Public Works out there. I've been in contact with the Sewage and Water Board. They have all 5 thermal generators online and available. They have 27 of 27 underpass drainage pumps available online. They have 119 of 120 pumps working right now, and I'll point out the only pump that's not working is one of the small 60 CFS constant pumps that wouldn't be used in a rain event anyway. And so really their capacity, what they're telling us right now, their total pump capacity available is 99.9% for this weekend. So, we're encouraged by that. Right now what I would do is, well, I'd also say this. We've talked about the city's flood warning system. We've installed it at 12 underpass locations around the city. Those are automatic. When the water gets to a certain level in those underpasses, where we know they collect water when it rains heavily, those lights are going to go off and it's going to clearly indicate the road is closed. It is against the law to drive through those lights when they're activated. They will deactivate as the water level goes down automatically. More than just being illegal, it's dangerous. You shouldn't drive through flooded streets. Please be respectful of your neighbors. If you do find yourself in a situation where you have to drive through water, drive slow and get out of it as soon as possible. Turn it over to Chief McConnell, who would talk more about what's going on here at the site over the last few days.
Thank you, Colin. So I've been meeting every day with the contractors that the owners are bringing on board. The owner has been working to get different people in place to make sure that this project gets moving forward. They have a couple of different engineers on that are working on different tasks. One's working on the cranes that are coming in and exactly how the building will come down and get the right equipment here. The other is working on how we will collect the evidence, what evidence needs to be collected. It's more complicated than a traditional investigation, obviously, and all parties will work together, from OSHA to the insurers and the city, as well as any other interested parties. A plan will be developed and everybody will work together to make sure we get everything that's necessary to ensure that there's a open and transparent process in the investigation. All those things are in work. You saw us get up a temporary fence. There'll be a more permanent fence going up. And we do have people, businesses that obviously are affected, and there was a conference call between them, coordinated between them and the city every single morning. Forgive me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Between them and the city every morning, trying to keep them up to date. We're working on getting windows closed up. There's a contract in here working on that, so windows that did break, although it was minimal, if it's yours, it's important. So that's where we stand right now. We've been putting out updates about all the streets that are open. You see that we have Basin open now. We have portions further down Rampart that are open. We got a section of Burgundy open today. So continuing to try and reduce the impact on the community, but once again, we're still where we were. We have a dangerous building that's standing there, and our goal is to get it down and get things back to normal as quickly as possible.
Do you have a timeline of when you all will start